Bring it back.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the Holdfast Empires at War, or Nations at War even. We're spawned in as a British Rifleman, one of the green coats, green jackets, on this desert map. We've got some people firing cannons at base, and we're now going to advance in towards the enemy and try and get involved in some action. We're on one of the official servers, so I'm hoping that the lag is going to be a little bit better. Some of the earlier lag issues have plagued this game in the first couple of days of its release. I know the developers have been working really hard to get that sorted out, and it seems to be largely sorted now. Certainly a lot better than it was before. Starting to get large numbers in game. It's 50 players each side, it's 100 players in this one server, and 60 ping. It's not staggering, but then that's probably in part my not amazing internet is not helping with that. So I'm very pleased that they've sorted that out. I've heard that they're working to improve the melee. Currently it's sort of a little bit, I'll bring my sword now, sort of pretty slow. You can stab, you can cut down, which if you didn't know, you can control that by which direction you use your mouse. If you push your mouse up and swing, you swing vertically down, etc, etc. But it's a pretty basic melee system and it really does need some work, but I've heard that that's something they're working on developing sort of as an utmost urgency. So let's sort of have a little look. I think we're pretty still out of range for doing anything much here. The French have kind of got a series of riflemen covering this ridge here, so I'm going to have to try and push further south. Someone just got in before me. Let's get a reload. So yeah, I'm going to try and push just around the bottom of this ridge to get some side shots on the people down here. Get my reload in. He's fired, so let's move up a little bit. Be careful about getting too close over the ridge line. A little over. You've also got to allow quite a bit of a bullet drop in this game. It's quite easy to sort of misinterpret how much the bullets actually drop in this. So when you start to aim anything over sort of 30 meters, when you start to aiming, if not at people's heads to hit the body, then any further range you need to start aiming above people's heads to actually get any stand a chance of getting any hits. See, that was just to the right of his shoulders, even though I aimed above his head. So the bullet drop is pretty severe in this game. So always account for that in your shots. So let's get a reload in. Advance back up on the enemy. Pistol shot going off. Right, let's have a look what we've got. Quite a few people massed over there. They're a long way away, but we'll chance a long range shot. No. Ooh. Someone's shooting back at us. It's not allowed to do that. Let's get a reload in. So at ranges like this, it's very hard to judge because there's such a lot of bullet drop. But because there's such a cluster of enemy, I'm just going to try another chancey. There we go, like that. Because I'm shooting into such a massed group of enemies, as long as I get the vertical amount, the vertical aim right, then horizontally there's so many people clustered together. There's a reasonable chance I'm just going to hit someone, just because they're all stood together. There we go. We're starting to rack up some kills now. That was a 58.9 meter shot. This is where the Rifleman comes into his own when people are clustered like this. But there's still quite a long time between shots. There we go, another one. 60.5 meters. So you've got to really consider that it's not always. While there is a lot of luck in terms of accuracy with this gun, you can really improve your odds by selecting the right targets, and that's really what sort of makes this is what the skill is in this game: is target selection and bullet drop. This is just too easy. I almost feel a bit cheaty doing this, because you can just, particularly as they're trying to form up sort of some semblance of a square. We'll have one more, and then we'll move around. Oh, I missed one. Ooh. Getting some Frenchmen getting a little bit close here. Got our officer with his handgun. Let's deal with these for a bit. Since I feel a bit cheaty, just shooting all the Right, we've got a few people moving up now. We could be in trouble here. What have we got with me? One line infantry. Oh, another line infantry there. Oh, damn, it just got me just in time. Okay, spawn back in and get back into the action. 6 for 1, we're doing well. As I said in my previous videos, one of the sort of downsides about this game is the length of distance you have to go to get back to where you're at the battle from spawn. It can be quite long. You see they're fighting over there. But it's not too bad, and at least the respawn times are pretty low. So you're not spending ages waiting or anything like that. Obviously the rifleman we're playing as now is a lot more accurate than the normal smoothbore muskets. It's still not terribly accurate, but if you compare it to the normal muskets, it has got a smaller aiming reticle. And I think bullet drop is less than the muskets. I mean, it should be, but I think it's modelled as less in the game as well. So all these are things you've got to factor in depending on what class you're playing when you're in a battle. If you're just as a line infantry, you can perform pretty much the same role. Shooting in massed groups like that, you can still, as long as you get the bullet drop correct. There's so many people in that line, you can't really miss. Or if you fire, even if you miss once, if you fire a couple of shots, you're pretty much guaranteed to at least get one hit. So moving back up. I'm also tend to incline to play more on the flanks when I'm as a rifleman. Sometimes I like to play in the centre just as a line infantry to sort of get the immersion and all the flag waving and drum beating, which can be pretty good fun. But if I'm trying to play sort of properly, then I tend to work the flanks a bit more because you're not faced with sort of the mass of infantry quite the same to deal with, and you don't get charged quite so much. So in a similar place to where we were before, I'm trying to have a pop at him. There we go. Okay, reload. So again, there's no guarantee I was going to hit that guy, but make sure I'm aiming at his head to allow for the bullet drop. Close enough to be in sort of a reasonable range. It's only about 25 metres, something like that. So we'll have another, oops. There we go. Another one down, 68 metres. So it's very easy to get ranged hits, particularly on places like this where there's not a lot of cover and everyone congregates behind cover. And I think that was probably a drum or a shot as well. It's probably a little bit harsh. We'll have one more if we can. Too low. Okay, let's reload and advance on up. Bit of a bayonet fight going on down there. Also, when I'm just shooting, I tend to try and crouch. There's no reason to not make yourself a smaller target if you can. I'm inclined. There we go. That was a bit of a lucky shot. That's pushing the limits of the range to shooting at one man. 30 metres. Starting to get a bit risky there. A chance of missing. I tend not to try to shoot people when they're fighting because it's just so easy to shoot your own teammates. And we've all had that, and it's just annoying. So I try to refrain from doing that where possible. So I'm looking for targets now. There's a man there, but all these targets are a bit far away, and there's quite a few enemies, so risking a shot could be a bit risky because they could end up coming on us. So our people are moving up. So I risked that shot. Two people within pretty close proximity, so I thought it was worth the risk trying to get a hit on. So I'm also conscious of these people on the right of us here, pushing on down. So he's trying to weave his way in. Oh, took a chunk out of the rock in front of him. The Pfeiffer's advancing. Okay, so we're getting a bit outnumbered now. The French are on the move. Took out one. He just got close enough that 18.3 metres, that one. Close enough that I just couldn't really miss too much there. So I'm sort of pulling back a little bit as they're advancing, as is the Pfeiffer. Run, man! So there's now, oh, bloody hell, got cut down. So I'm now getting quite outnumbered, so I'm pulling back to this ridge line if I can. Holding my fire because there's quite a lot of enemies in front of me. Oh, okay. Oh, he shot me from 40.5 meters. That was a good shot by that rifleman there. So in that case, I probably should have took the shot, but I was sort of hesitant to try and see if I could get a little bit closer before I took my shot. So that really is the thing about this game. You've only got that one shot. If you miss, and then end up rushing you, you'll soon find yourself in trouble. So let's get back into the action. 10 for 2, we're not doing too badly. I love the drums and all the flute players or whatever they are, pipers. Really adds to the sort of immersion on this game. And then the smoke and the musket shot. So just sounds so. Ooh, blimey. Cannonball. Right, so there's a couple of Frenchies down here on the right, which could be interesting. So I'm probably going to fence over this way and have a look what's going on there. So the main battle seems to be going on between over here. Just over his right shoulder. See, so he's pushing really far around that way. I'd have said I was fairly safe and out of range here from just the musketeers. There's no rifleman that I can see. He could be a rifleman. These two are going to cross. If two enemies are going to cross in front of each other, I tend to be inclined to wait till they cross. At least then if you miss one, you hit the other. I mean, he wasn't the one I was intending to shoot then, but it's just, you know, happy accident. And that's so often the way with this. Right, so enemies to the right are sort of clear. So I'm going to rush down on this guy now and try and take this rock before he reloads. Always oh, good job my musket man was there to save the day. I'm going to take cover behind this rock here. Fairly solid cover, there's a musket man there. I should be safe, I should generally be out of range of him. And there's quite a few people in front of me to take pot shots at. Ooh, he must have felt the wind brushes across his face with that shot. Oh, damn. That might have been a rifleman that got me there. Right, we'll have one more rush back in. So, I don't know if you guys are enjoying watching Holdfast videos. I do enjoy making them. I really like this game at the moment. Current hot favourite. I just love the sort of era of the muskets and swords and bayonet charges. It's all very much good fun. But if you're enjoying them, like the video, let me know in the comments below if you want more Holdfast videos, or if you prefer the Navy Holdfast videos. I also quite enjoy playing them. Naval battles, although they tend to be a bit longer, some of the videos, because the Navy fights tend to drag on for quite a while and can be a bit slow at the start until they sort of get going. But they're pretty good when they get started. Or if you like the land videos, or if you want me to play one of the other games I've been playing, like Oriental Empires, something like that. Or just go to a completely different game entirely that you want to see played, something like that. So yes, let me know in the comments. So we're getting back to the front lines again. I'll perhaps go a bit more centrally, try and get right involved in the action a bit more. It's moving up. We seem to be fighting on this ridge line now. There's quite a few people over there, but quite a long way away. I missed that shot. Let's get a reload in. Yeah, still quite a few people behind this rock, but they are largely in cover, so they're quite hard to hit, and they're a long way away, so I've got to give a good drop. I think they might just be a bit too far away for me to reasonably hit there. Ooh, blimey. Cannonball. We'll have one more go. It is, as I say, quite the cluster there. There we go. Headshot. So that goes to show if I'm getting headshot there, I'm probably aiming a little bit too high. Not quite getting as much bullet drop as I was expecting. So if I probably aim a little bit low. But then again, you know, people are sheltered behind the rocks, so they're not going to be super. Way over. Okay. Move on round. Just a couple of French on the left. Pushing up. There's only one rifleman behind this rock. He's missed his shot. Oh! I saved my rifleman, but then proceeded to get shot at the same time. Right, that'll do for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the videos. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment below what you liked, what you disliked. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one.